Do you guys ever catch yourselves being a little racist?
All the time.
A little girl.
Just a little, just like.
Who the fuck you think you're talking to? This motherfucker place. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The UN would fucking die if they heard any of our videos.
So, I recently discovered that there's this event that is called Race to Dinner. And so it's being held by a black woman named Regina Jackson and Soraya Rao, who identifies as Indian American.
Oh, half Indian, huh? Feather or dot?
And so these two women of color, they decided to host these dinners, or not host, but like talk at these dinners where a white woman will volunteer to host a dinner for 7 of either strangers or acquaintances or her closest friends.
And then she busts out a whip and start hitting everybody? Oh.
So
Man.
all these white women around the dinner table, and that's when these two women of color start to really have these white women confront themselves with their internal racism.
Like a confessional?
Kinda.
It's only for white people?
White women.
Oh man, I thought it was gonna be like, let's roast some white bitches show. That'd be so funny if the two girls come up and then they just have a dinner and she roasts every single white lady in there. That'd be so funny.
On their website, Race to Dinner, it says, "Our mission is simple. Reveal the naked truth about racism in America and unleash your power as white women to dismantle it. This isn't the stuff of Trump, the KKK, and Nazis. That's easy. It's obvious and denouncing. It requires almost nothing of white folks. What's hard? Looking at yourself in the mirror and acknowledging that as a white person in America, you are an active participant in upholding white supremacy."
What?
This isn't personal. This doesn't make you bad. This is systemic. This makes you human and an integral part of that system. Black and brown women are also part of that system. The truth is, we are on opposing sides. People of color are on the receiving end of white supremacy, while white women, or white people, white women, you are on the giving end. Until and unless white women are willing to disrupt white supremacy, we will never see change. White women, you have the power to disrupt and dismantle the hate.
They took the fun out of racism.
No, I get it. It's like a conversation with white women to maybe figure out how they might be racist on accident and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
So it's like
Exactly.
it's like talk about it and be like, yo, so you might not realize this, but when you say this or when you do this,
Exactly.
it might it's gonna come off like this and you don't even know
Whole
it.
group in like a bubble and
Yeah.
around minorities and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so for example,
But if they called it like unbubble yourself, I think it'd be a little bit like, it just already feels
It sounds like so. Let me come over and talk some shit to you, motherfucker.
I'm coming to your house to tell you how shitty you are. And you better make me dinner too.
It sets up with so much tension that it's already like, it doesn't feel like a trading of information. Now let me better understand you, you understand me. It's already like, okay, you fucked up and let me show you how much you fucked up.
It's also like, hey, hello, you are white. You are a problem. This is all about, when you don't know you're being a racist, but no, it's not that. They're saying like, you are white, you are a problem, a systemic problem, in fact. It's very
The way
general.
it's framed is like, because you're white, you're a problem.
So now we have to teach you
I
how,
feel like in the
you don't
past,
even know you're a problem, so we have to teach you.
there's been
is
a
racism.
lot of white people that fought with everyone in the civil rights movement and all that. And there's just been it's so divisive where it's like if you're a part of this group, then you're a part of the problem.
they're more like over here, like a little bit towards the middle, and then I think the way you guys are framing it is way more on the extreme end of things.
I'm just going by what you read. I don't even know anything
Sure.
about it.
But based off of the rest of the thing that I read is what, like, it just seems like they're really just trying to have a conversation, and then these women are volunteering to come to this dinner so they can hear the other perspective of Black and Indigenous women. And so they're just saying like for example, they do start the dinner by saying, well, first of all, the fact that it's a dinner is already different, because they were saying if we were doing this in a conference room, like, people would just walk away. So the fact that it's a dinner, you're
That's true.
sharing.
I'll let someone talk shit to me if I'm eating food.
That's good food.
I'm like, dude, this shit's good. I'm what? Yeah, I'm an asshole. I'm what? I'm a misogynist. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, so then they'll go one by one and they'll ask the question, what was a racist thing you did recently? So they'll end up,
I called a man an N-word and flipped him off.
no, so like for example, one of them said like you know what, when I'm driving down the street and I see a Black person just walking down the street, like
I lock the doors.
Internally I'm thinking
He must like fried chicken.
they're up to no good.
Oh.
So this
Oh,
person
shit.
said, seeing a black person and having an assumption that they're up to no good. Immediately after that, I'm like, that's no good. This is a human. They're just doing their thing. Why do I think like that?
And then he robs you.
Because maybe he has a gun in his hand. Yeah.
You gotta have a black meter too. It's like, is it Sister Mary Clarence? You know,
Wait, which one? Wait, I heard the reference. Oh, Sister Act.
Sister Act. Yeah, is it Whoopi Goldberg?
There it is.
Or is it like a real thug? What do you, you gotta have a real meter.
Sister Mary Clarence was a badass too.
So this is about like, what they call microaggressions. You feel me? Where it's not like an outward racist, like it's not like a hate crime, but it's just like something that's already in them for whatever reason, and they're like trying to dissect, like, okay, why do you think this way?
Like it might be media, like from the fear mongering that the media plays.
Right.
Or their parents or generational or
Yeah.
That's why it's so funny though, that the idea that this is only for white women. Because
Yeah, it's
I hear
not.
racism between races like a motherfucker.
For sure, but the reason why they're focusing on white women is because what they're explaining here is that white women are placed in a very close proximity to white men who are in power, and like, these white men are their family, their friends, their partners, whatever. So if they are like feeding more into whatever the systemic racism or whatever, they are in a position to kind of check themselves and be like, oh wait, maybe we shouldn't think like this, maybe we can think about it another way, because they're so close to the white man. That's the reason why they're focusing on white women. And not just that, but then like just women, like in the group of gender, white women rank at the top in terms of like stereotypes or racism or whatever. So if they can also help their like black and indigenous people of color, women of color, alongside them, then that will help society in general.
I kind of get that, because like, look, if you got like a racist family, and the white granny walks up and she's like, we have a problem, then it's like everyone's gonna listen to white granny. You know what I'm saying? White grandpa, it's like, all right, grandpa, cool, I get it. But granny is like, okay, if granny's saying something, listen to granny. So they want to attack it at the granny as the source of the source.
They should call it Attack the Granny.
Attack the granny. And then what if, to explain it better, she raps about it?
Like Wedding Singer Granny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it. I said a hip hop, a hip into the hip into the hip hop.
Stop being so racist.
Yeah, so this is Regina and Soraya. Syra? I hope I said it right, sorry.
You know what I was really hoping?
Here's some more photos of the dinner.
I thought it was gonna be a racist Olympics game.
I know. It'd be
Of
so fun.
every single culture in their stereotype.
Right. Getting them all out at dinner, roasting each other,
So fun, yeah.
and then they all hug at the end.
Yes.
Or it's like,
Yeah.
say the most racist shit you got in you.
I like that one. That puts the fun back in racism.
And then it's so much fun again.
And they just leave it at that.
But I'm also speaking from a LA, California point of view. Wherever they're at, I don't know where they're at.
Well, they go across, like around the whole
Around the
country.
nation.
Yeah.
Because there are areas in the country still that are just kind of
Isolated.
yeah, they're doing their own thing. They're still segregated or
The
whatever.
photos
yeah.
here, it was taken in Colorado and Denver. So they're saying that these dinners cost $2,500.
What?
There's
What?
someone recently that got attacked
It's good.
for like some Asian kid got attacked from being a coronavirus. You coughed on me, motherfucker. You have corona, and then they fucked them up.
Sucks for them. They got coronavirus now.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, shit always goes down. So I guess whatever people are trying to do to remedy it, it's cool.
But I kind of see. So even because you said like LA, it's diverse, right? But even like going to like meetings in Hollywood, like I remember specifically having like a pitch meeting to this like older white lady who was kind of like the person I would have to meet to get to like the bigger person. And we had this whole thing about, I was pitching a show about like interracial relationships, like me, like dating a black girl, kind of like based on like my marriage and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a whole thing where like pitching different funny scenarios, like okay, maybe she's coming over for dinner with my family for the first time, and like stuff smells a little funny because she's not used to like that whatever my mom's cooking. And so this lady, right, thinking she was joking, or like building onto the idea, she's like, oh yeah, that'd be great, like yeah, she comes over for dinner and you guys are cooking like dog or whatever. And I mean, like in my head, I'm like, But in her head, she's like, we're just spitballing here. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't get mad at me. We're just spitballing.
Hey, we're just riffing. So, but in my head, I'm like, so when you bring up something like that, where it's like, okay, she doesn't think she's being racist. She thinks like we're just joking around. So I'm like, okay, I get what they're trying to do with this, you know?
Yeah.
So, cause like, you know, she doesn't think she's being racist. She just thinks like, yeah, we're just having a conversation.
That's true. I got this old white lady in my speech class, and then I was coughing, and she's like, "Are you sick?" And she gives me this eye, right? She goes, "It's not the coronavirus, is it?"
Wow.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. That was so insensitive. Like, that's why I'm in this class, because I need to learn, like, boundaries. And then later, we're doing an improv game, right? And then we have to try to clap at the same time. And then when we clap at the same time, she goes, "Samurai."
Are you serious?
No.
Amazing. And then she took her shoes off to get in the scene too. And then she said, "I see you later, Corona." Oh, I'm so
It
sorry. I'm trying to
was
learn.
so fucking ridiculous. I couldn't stop fucking laughing. Like, we went like this, and she goes, "Samurai."
Oh my God.
But-
At least she got it right. Accurate. You're definitely.
Yeah, true.
Tacky,
See, but in
dude.
your head, you're like, she's not trying to be mean.
No, she's like fucking 60 years old. Like, what do you expect, right?
She's
Like,
not trying to connect with you, but in the most racist way
yeah, I
possible.
think she's trying to be funny, right? And then, I mean, there were other Asian people in the class and shit, and I'm all like,
They're just
"Yo,
shaking their heads like.
you guys could either get mad at this, but isn't it ridiculous that she's doing this in the first place and she's blind as fuck?" And at the end, she was like, "You know what? I just realized, I have to know my audience. Like, we're not longtime friends, but I feel so comfortable around you." And she's like, "I'm so sorry I did that." And I was like, "No, I don't really care. Like, it's not a big deal." She goes, "That's why I'm in these classes. I just
Again?
want to connect with people." Yeah, basically, she kept saying that, you know?
I just think she needs to up her bits, man, because that wasn't even good.
Yeah, make sure it's funny. Then it's okay.
That's the whole jam.
Yeah, I know, right?
It was fucking funny, though, bro.
And she's like, "Ni hao."
And you came in the class and she went, "Nah, nah, 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 nah."